Hi friends, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that might be new here, hi, welcome. My name is Megan and today we have a what sold video. This is going to be what sold for roughly-ish the first week of July. I cannot believe we're in July already. I feel like I say that every month. I can't believe time keeps rolling on, but like I feel like it was just like February last month, no? And now we're almost saying goodbye to summer. Anyway, this week I do have sales to share with you from Poshmark, eBay, Depop, and Mercari. I did make one Mercari sale that I do have to share with you. If you are new here, I will pop a photo right here on the screen of the item we're chatting about in case one, I didn't put it in a haul, or two, maybe you missed it. I will also be reading to you my full SEO title so you can get a feel of the keywords and phrases that I use to help sell each item. I do cross-post all of my items to all of my platforms, which are Poshmark, eBay, Depop, and Mercari, and I use NIFTY to do that. If you are new to NIFTY and would like to try it out or considering trying it out, there is a 15% off discount code in the description of this video for 15% off your first month, and I highly recommend it. I will also be sharing with you what each item sold for, what I will earn after platform fees and my cost of goods, how long the item was listed before it sold, and whether or not I would pick up the item again while I was outsourcing. And in addition to that, I will be sharing the most I would be willing to pay for that item if it wasn't a Goodwill Outlet bins find. But before we get into everything, and let me actually, please hold, I have to clean my glasses. I can't see anything. Hold on, boo-boo. Get out of the way. Before we get into what sold for this week, I thought it would be fun to start each what sold video with a quick like fashion news segment where I can share a few interesting things that happened throughout the week in the fashion world, from new collaborations, trending styles, to viral thrift finds and other stories that might have caught my attention during the week. Just a fun way to kind of help all of us collectively stay in the loop a little bit with what's going on in the fashion world before we dive into the sales. So for this week in fashion news, I do have three little things I want to share with you. Okay, first, I have to know what you all think about this trend. I have been seeing it everywhere lately. The skirt over pants combo is making a comeback, and it's definitely giving early 2000s vibes, but with a more like modern twist, I would say. First, I noticed this trend, honestly, in a series that Jack and I have been watching called Your Friends and Your Friends and Neighbors, and I think it's on Apple if you're interested in checking it out. And I noticed one of the main characters wearing a skirt and pant set combo. And I was like, why is she wearing a skirt with pants? And then I Googled it, and come to find out, shocking to me, it is a very popular trend right now. Many stores are carrying this style online. I'm sure editing me will have popped a few of these on the screen by now, but it just very much so shocked me because this TV series that we are watching is centered around like ultra rich people, ultra wealthy people. So I'm very in tune to what they're wearing. And it's one of my favorite parts of watching this series is seeing what they're wearing. And it really just was odd to me that one of the main characters was wearing a skirt over her pants. And I was like, what is happening? And then I found out, no, it is a trend. Honestly, I'm personally still deciding how I feel about it. But let me know in the comments below. Is it a trend that you're into? Or is it something that you hope disappears just as quickly as it came back? Next fashion story I want to talk about is one of the newest fashion collaborations. Barb Moore has teamed up with Farm Rio, and I honestly wasn't expecting these two brands to collaborate. Barb Moore is known for its classic heritage-inspired outerwear, while Farm Rio is all about bold colors and tropical prints. So it's a pretty fun collaboration. I really love the way they married these two brands, and you can really see the individual brand identity in each piece. I'd love to hear what you think of the collaboration, whether it's something you'd wear or if you'll be keeping an eye out for it secondhand in the future, because I absolutely will. And the last fashion story for this week that I have to share is absolutely wild. I'm sure some of you have seen this by now, but if you haven't, a 19-year-old from Oregon found a Los Angeles Lakers warm-up jacket at the Goodwill outlet. After doing some digging and posting a photo of it online, the jacket was later authenticated by FAVS as one that was worn by NBA legend Wilt Chamberlain during the 1972 NBA Finals. What's even crazier is the estimated value. Sotheby's now has the jacket listed for auction with a current bid of $14,000 and a projected price of $150,000 to $250,000. Just imagine pulling something like that out of the bins, completely unassuming, and it ends up being a piece of NBA history and quite literally changes your life. Like, that's so crazy to me. And you just know, somewhere in Oregon Goodwill, they are kicking themselves because they let that slip through the e-commerce. The bins really are all about timing and luck. Speaking of timing and luck, let's get into what actually sold for me this week. And the first platform we are going to chat about is Depop. Let me scoot over a little bit so we have a little bit more room to pop the pictures on the screen. Okay, is that better? I think that's better. Okay, first Depop sale I have to share, Piranha Vintage Y2K Outdoor Athletic Active Hiking Pants in chocolate brown, extra large. They sold for $18. I will make $15. They took 337 days to sell. Relisted by NIFTY 1 month ago, so they didn't take that long to sell after NIFTY had relisted them, but in total, they were listed for almost a year. Almost a year, just a month shy of a year. Would I pick these up again? No, I would not. I likely too would pass on them at the bins just because they sat for so long and the resale value was very low. Next Depop sale, Black Market 90s black fringe hem embroidered mirror trim pants, Whimsy Goth, size medium. They sold for $21. I'll make $18. They took 15 days to sell. Would I pick them up again? Yes, I would, but only at the bins because these were very much so only a style-based pickup and I knew nothing about this brand. So I would pick something of this style up at the bins again. Next Depop sale, Kaimis Ranch Wayne jeans, USA made, Western cowboy straight leg, size 30-34. They sold for $37. I will make $32. They took 25 days to sell. Would I pick them up again? Yes, but I wouldn't pay more than $8 for men's Kaimis Ranch jeans at the regular thrift store. Women's jeans, though, from Kaimis Ranch are a whole different story. I would be willing to pay more for those, so it seems like men's aren't as hot as women's. Next sale, Topo Designs Boulder Pants, Black Climbing Outdoor Gorp Core Active Hiking Extra Small. So for $28, I will make $25. These took 8 days to sell. I would pick these up again and I would pay up to $6 for them at the regular thrift store. Next Depop sale, this was very fun. Kaiser Vintage 70s Indian Cotton Block Print Boho Dress Purple, size large. Sold for $39. I will make $36. This sold the very same day it was listed. Would I buy this again? Yes, I would, and I would pay up to $10 for it at the regular store. Next Depop sale, 70s Tough Skins Plaid Flare Pants Growing Girl 12 Slim Vintage Yellow Red. They sold for $30. I will make $26. They took 202 days to sell. This listing was refreshed, reposted by NIFTY a little under 2 weeks ago, so I would definitely say that helped them to sell, being refreshed in my Depop closet like that. Would I buy these again? No, I would not buy these again. I am trying to steer clear of most kids clothing. I find baby and toddler vintage clothing sells much better than kids or big kids clothing. So I'm trying to really steer away from kids size clothing. Next Depop sale was very surprising to me for a Depop sale, to be honest. Kari Colette 60s wool swing coat, silk lined brown Peter Pan jacket, retro mod. So for $72, I will make $68. This took 53 days to sell. Would I buy this again? No, not unless it was a bins find. Like I said, I was honestly shocked how much attention this had on Depop, and I think it had like somewhere close to 65 likes in the 53 days it was listed, so that's a lot of attention on Depop. But I wouldn't be confident enough to pick this up at a regular thrift store, so I would leave this for a bins find. Next Depop sale, flax linen jacket, button front, relaxed fit, shacket, lag and look blouse in black, size 2G. This sold for $35. I will make $32. It took 133 days to sell, but it was reposted by NIFTY less than a week ago. So I, again, would say that was a factor in it selling fairly quickly this go around, being refreshed, reposted. Would I buy this again? Yes, I would, and I'd be willing to pay up to $8 at the regular thrift store. Next Depop sale was the same user on Depop, so it's unfortunate they didn't bundle these. Flax linen button front jacket in purple, textured oversized lag and look 2G. So for $60, I will make $55. Again, this took 133 days to sell. I found, if you've been following me for a while, I found a ton of size 2G flax pieces at a regular thrift store. It was like somebody donated their whole flax closet. They were tired of it or they didn't fit it anymore, but they had tags on some of them, and most of them looked like they were like worn once, if that. So they were all in fantastic condition. Again, this was reposted by NIFTY less than a week ago. So same thing. I think that being refreshed in my closet definitely helped it to sell. Would I buy this again? Again, yes, I would, and I'd be willing to pay up to $8 for it. Next Depop sale. I was going to say last Depop sale, but no, not last. Next Depop sale, Desigual cat graphic sleeveless tank dress, colorful striped artsy boho. Sold for $42, which I think was the offer that NIFTY sent the liker on Depop. I will make $39. This took 1 day to sell. Would I buy this again? Yes, I would, but I wouldn't pay more than $6-ish for this. Although I do know that, or I would assume that the cat graphic had a big role to play in this dress selling so quickly. There are tons of cat people, just like there are tons of dog people. So a cat or dog graphic usually does help a piece to sell. Depop sale. Betty Barclay 70s prairie maxi dress, embroidered flutter sleeve, cream, boho. Sold for $89. I will make $84. This was nearly my full asking price. Again, I think this was the offer that my NIFTY bot had sent to this user after they liked this item. This took 23 days to sell. Would I buy this again? Yes, I would, and I would pay up to $10 for a similar style dress from this brand. Next, Brandy popped into my closet and purchased a bundle. She purchased a bundle of Victoria's Secret Y2K smocked bikini top, ruffle trim bandeau, size medium, and the Victoria's Secret pink Y2K logo booty velour sweatpants in pink, Mick Bling, size large. This bundle sold for $73. I will make $86. Thank you so much, Brandy. I really appreciate you. Would I purchase these items again? Oh, wait. The bathing suit top was listed for 174 days, and the pink sweatpants were listed for 2 days. Would I purchase these again? The swim top, yes, but only at the bins. Sweatpants, yes, 1,000 times over, at least right now, because they are having a comeback moment. And I would pay up to $10 for a similar pair of sweatpants like this at the regular store right now. That doesn't mean 6 months from now I would, but right now I definitely would. So if you see Y2K Victoria's Secret sweatpants or bottoms especially, I would definitely give a quick comp to them and see what you have. Okay, so that was the end of the Depop sales. Again, thank you so much, Brandy. I really, really appreciate you. And now we're going to move into Mercari. And the only Mercari sale, I will take it though, that I have to share was a full price sale. Patagonia shop pants, straight leg, organic cotton, brown, gorp core, size 6. They sold for $50. I will make $40. They sold in 15 days, like I said, for my full asking price. Would I pick these up again? Yes, I would. Be willing to pay up to $9 for them at the regular thrift store. My hair. Okay, next we're going to move into eBay. The first eBay sale I have to share, Karen Millen, tailored pleated miniskirt, cream ivory, preppy, size 6. It sold for $52. I will make $49. It took 43 days to sell. Would I pick this up again? Yes, but I would only pick it up at the bins. Retail on this brand is high, but resale is very hit or miss, just in my experience. So I'm actually very excited this sold. It was a bins find, and I actually found it. It was in the bottom of a bin, and it was like, it had been thrown on the floor and run over by a bin, and it was like dirty. So I was like, dang, I wonder if that's going to come clean. I popped it through the wash and it came out so nice. So I'm very excited that I took a chance on this one because $49 on my investment is great. Next, eBay sale. Theory Camogie burgundy high waist belted wide leg pants, clean girl, size 4. They sold for $50. I will make $40. They took 161 days to sell. Would I pick these up again? Yes, I would, but I wouldn't pay more than $5 for them at the regular thrift store, even though the retail on these is so high. 161 days is a little bit long. Anyway, next eBay sale, Escada wool rabbit cashmere blend blazer jacket, camel, quiet luxury, size 36. Sold for $54. I will make $47. This took 7 days to sell. Would I pick it up again? Absolutely, but only at the bins in this damaged condition. I did find this at the bin, so this was a bins find, and it had like teeny tiny little moth holes, like kind of sprinkled down the one arm, and then on the one lapel it had a handful of like pin-sized little holes, but they were still visible. I did photograph and mention them in the description, and they still sold in a week. If I was guessing, it probably sold so quickly because it was an Angora, like a rabbit hair blend. Rabbit hair pieces tend to do really well for me on eBay. Vintage, modern, X, Y, and Z, all of the above do well for me on eBay. Next eBay sale, Margaret Godfrey vintage Y2K metallic brown second skin leather jacket in copper. So for $49, I will make $40. This took 348 days to sell. Would I buy it again? No, I would not buy this again. No, I would leave this behind. Next eBay sale, Gap Y2K 2007 blue cable knit baby doll sweater wool blend coquette 2000s size large, sold for $31. I will make $26. This took 262 days to sell. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would, because I feel like this style is much more in fashion now than it was 262 days ago. So I would pick this sweater up at the bins again right now while this baby doll trend is having a resurgence and we are headed into fall winter time. Next eBay sale, Victoria's Secret eyelet lace trim baby doll slip dress pink Y2K coquette extra small, sold for $23. I will make $19. This took 3 days to sell. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would, but I would only pick this up at the bins. I've said it once and I'll say it again. If you find vintage Y2K Victoria's Secret or pink, Victoria's Secret pink, definitely look it up. The regular line Victoria's Secret Y2K is also doing well, and Victoria's Secret's really nice, and most of them, just like J. Crew, have a date code, so you can tell at least the month and the year that it was made, and that definitely is something that I would add to your listings if you come across Y2K Victoria's Secret or pink. And the last eBay sale I have to share is pretty exciting. 60s headband cathedral wedding veil, 107-inch long lace with blusher heirloom bridle, sold for my full asking price of $159. I will make $141, and this took 291 days to sell. Would I pick this up again? Absolutely, I would, but I would only pick it up at the bins because I just don't know enough, like personally, about vintage bridal or bridal accessories to be paying a premium thrift store price for them. But $159, my full asking price, is a very fantastic sale, I would say. Okay, and now we're going to move into the Poshmark. My first Poshmark sale I have to share. Express Design Studios silk lace trim cami Y2K lingerie cami top. shouldn't have put cami twice. I should have put like slip tank or something instead of using the word cami twice. Size extra small. So for $21, I will make $16. This took 11 days to sell. Would I pick this up again? Yes, I would, but only at the bins. This was a bins find, and I did notice at the bins when I picked it up, it had a few flaws. It had a few small pulls to the fabric, and then on one of the cups of the bust, it had like a very faint stain, and I photographed that and mentioned it in the listing. It sold in 11 days, but this person did try to open a return request on Poshmark because of the stain, and I told them it was photographed and mentioned in words, and they wrote back, oh, well, it's really light in your photos. And I was like, okay, this is something for Poshmark to handle. So I just stopped responding, and Poshmark sided with me, surprisingly, but not surprisingly. Like, they should have sided with me because I did document it, and I sold her exactly what was documented, and the item was exactly as described. So they should have sided with me, but it's just surprising that they didn't side with the buyer, I guess. But it was a $16 profit sale, so it wasn't like they were like having to decide, oh, do we give you back, your $300? I don't know. Anyway, I was glad they sided with me on that. Also, I tend to let Poshmark handle 98% of my customer service, things like that, without even interjecting at all, because that's what I'm paying Poshmark 20% of my earnings for. They can handle it for me in most cases, and whether or not I like the outcome is 6 one of a half a dozen the other, but not having to even engage in things like that is definitely why I give Poshmark, or why Poshmark takes, I don't give it to them, why they take 20% from me. Also, I'm not a confrontational person, and even telling that person, hey, look, I'm really sorry you didn't read the description. And I don't say that either. I'm just like, hey, look, I photographed that, and not only did I photograph it in the 1, 2, 3, third photo, but it's right here in words in the description as well. I mentioned it as well in words. Just even saying that to me feels like confrontational, and I really don't like doing things like that. I know I need to let that go, and I know like saying something like that isn't wrong, out of pocket by any means, but it just feels like I'm being confrontational, like even disagreeing with someone else. So I definitely tend to let Poshmark handle most most things for me like that. Anyway, next Poshmark sale. Levi's 501 light wash straight leg jeans, vintage USA, timeless denim, $33.30. Sold for $40. I will make $30. These took 90 days to sell. Would I pick these up again? Yes, I would, but only at the bins in this condition. This was, again, another pair of damaged 501s that were made in USA, and they, I would say, didn't take very long to sell, being that they were damaged. Next Poshmark sale, Juicy Couture jeans, made in USA, boot cut denim, size 29, Y2K, low rise. They sold for $40. I will make $32. They took 252 days to sell. Would I pick them up again? Only at the bins. I would not pick these up at a regular thrift store. The next Poshmark sale very much so surprised me, but I need a drink. I made this coffee 3 hours ago, and I've got to here. Anyway, Angie tiered A-line denim maxi skirt, smocked waist, boho, new with tag, size large, sold for $21. I will make $15. This took 1 day to sell. Would I pick this up again? Yes, I would, but only at the bins. I did find this at the bins, and I picked it up thinking, oh, this will be a easy yes for Plato's Closet. And when I got home and was like inventorying everything on my spreadsheet, I was like, this style is a popular style, and it's brand new with tags. Maybe I should just try listing it. And I'm very glad I did, because I would not have received anywhere near $15 at Plato's for this skirt. Maybe I would have received 5 to 8 if they marked it as a good brand with tags, but it's a brand that I don't necessarily think they have in their system, Angie. So I do think I would have got somewhere on the lower end for Play-Dohs, although I do think they would have purchased it. I am shocked at how quickly this sold on Poshmark. So I will be reconsidering some of the things that I pick up for Play-Dohs initially and listing them myself. I do, speaking of Play-Dohs, I have a large Hulkin and a medium Hulkin full for Play-Dohs closet of things that I purchased at the bins and things that I have pulled from my own closet and some things that Jack has pulled from his closet as well. I've just been putting off going for like 2 weeks just because it's out of my way. I don't go to that side of town, and so I literally just have to make an intentional trip to Play-Dohs. And anyway, maybe we'll do that together this week. Pack the bag and do like a work with me vlog or something. Anyway, next Poshmark sale. Soft surroundings, embroidered tunic dress, magenta gold, boho, size petite, extra large. So for $30, I will make $23. This took, again, 1 day to sell. Would I pick this up again? Yes, I would. I would pick it up at the bins all day long. Next Poshmark sale, Tadashi Shoen lace overlay bolero. Oh my gosh, bolero. That is a hard word for me. Evening jacket, nude navy, new with tag, size 14. This sold for $40. I will make $31. It took 342 days to sell. Would I pick it up again? I guess I wouldn't leave it behind at the bins, but I absolutely would not pick this up at the regular thrift store, even new with tags, because again, Tadashi Shoen, I don't know how you say it, Tadashi Shoen, I think that's how you say it, is a very high retail brand, and it is very hit or miss resale. I have sold some pieces from this brand for a good chunk of change, and it's kind of like St. John now. Very high retail, very hit or miss resale. Anyway, next Poshmark sale. Lulu's Thriving Posy 3D Floral Garden Party Maxi Dress, size large, new with tags. This sold for $90. I will make $70. This took 88 days to sell. Would I buy this again? Yes, I would, and I would pay up to $12 for it at the regular thrift store. And next Poshmark sale, Ulla Johnson Guinevere Stretch Pin Tuck Wide Leg Cuff Jeans in Cream, size 30. They sold for $80. I will make $59. They took 63 days to sell. Would I pick these up again? Yes, I would, but I wouldn't pay more than $10 for them, even though Ulla Johnson is a luxury brand, a great designer brand. It's not one that I find often either, and I have never found denim by Ulla Johnson. Next Poshmark sale, another shocker, honestly. Cider blue floral lace trim tiered maxi dress, cottagecore romantic boho, new with tag, size extra extra small. I think for this sale, the title, all of the SEO terms, the fact that it was new with tags, and what it looked like were the selling factors for this dress, because Cider, if you don't know, is a fast fashion brand. This dress sold for $37. I will make $28, and this only took 20 days to sell. Would I pick this up again? Yes, I would, but I would only pick it up at the bins. I did pick this up at the bins with the thought of giving it right to Play-Dohs, but again, as I was inventorying everything and really looking at it, I was like, again, the style, it's new with tags. Why not list it? I honestly, though, am shocked. It sold for almost my full asking price. I think $40 was my full asking price, which again is crazy for a fast fashion type of piece. Even if I don't know what the retail is for this cider dress. I have absolutely no idea, but it feels like fast fashion. And if you really look at it, especially from the inside, it looks like fast fashion. So the fact that I was able to resell it for, in my opinion, such a good chunk of change really was surprising to me. And like I said earlier, I'm definitely going to be reconsidering things that I perhaps might have purchased with the intention of giving to Play-Dohs in the first place, but I might list them myself. Okay, and the next and last Poshmark sale I have to share with you, Levi's 501 Vintage Made in Mexico Original Fit Y2K Denim, size 30-30. They sold for $52. I will make $40, and these took 3 days to sell. Would I buy these again? Yes, I would. And I wouldn't mind paying up to $10 for a pair of made in Mexico Levi's, depending on the condition. Would I pick up destroyed ones? Perhaps not. Oh, sounds like Jack's home. But would I pick up good condition made in Mexico jeans? Absolutely. And with that, that is the end of the sales that I have to share with you. If you are a reseller, how have your sales been this week? I always love hearing what you're selling and what platforms are performing well for you or not. eBay still continues to be very slow for me. Depop has been popping, and I am so happy about that. We're going to keep on with that. I love to see Depop doing so well. I will say though, however, Poshmark has slowed way down, and I don't know if it had anything to do with the holiday weekend and everyone was, preparing for a long holiday weekend and that impacted Poshmark sales, or if it has something to do with the fact that you have to activate your listings every so often now. I don't really know if like an inactive listing is not shown in your closet, and like if people are searching exactly for your title, they just won't see it because it's not active, or if they're unable to purchase it, or if you activating it boosts it back into the algorithm. I have no idea what that is, but I think that's a really stupid part of Poshmark, a new-ish. I think it's been around for like a month or two at least now. Part of their system, and I really don't like it, but activating your listings isn't hard. You just have to click, the one button and bulk activate them. Oh, geez. And Mercari continues to be slow, but I did have a few questions this last week, and I made that one sale, so I will definitely take that. Anyway, I guess I will let you go, friends. If you took the time to watch this video and you spent your social media currency with me today, I so appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind just hitting like on your way out, that would be awesome. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.